This episode of Taproom Travelers is brought to you by Pep's Draft House Pizza.
My name's Russ Klisch. I'm president, founder, and owner of Lakefront Brewery. We started in 1987, so we're in our 30th year. We moved into our current location in 1998. The city of Milwaukee kind of had a conundrum on its hands. Either they had to tear down this building or find a use for it. They offered it us a very nice price, almost like free. So it was kind of hard to turn down. The harder part was trying to get bankers to give us a loan almost to get a free building down here. Originally built as a power plant, this building was, and generated electricity from about 1906, 1908 till about 1930 before it became obsolete. Then they repaired streetcars here, had their underground division for electric company here, before they sold the city of Milwaukee in '67 for their forestry department, who then sold it to us. One of the things I'm proud about that we've done in the industry is being green. We were the first organic brewery in the country back in 1995, so it helps and support organic farms. We just built a large solar array in our warehouse. About 30% of our electricity now comes from the sun for that. I always feel that breweries are socially responsible places. When people come to visit a brewery, they like it. And when they see the brewery doing something, they sit there and say, well, gosh, maybe we can do it. Or it's, they feel it's a good thing to do. So when they see us doing solar, they see us recycling almost 95% or 98% of stuff of the food scraps and everything that go to composting. When they see our cups made out of corn that take the tour with. They see us recycling not just the cardboard and plastics, but recycle the heat that comes off the kettle, the heat that comes out of the refrigeration unit. To do that, you see our roof being white, so it makes less energy being used here. They take notice and they say, well, maybe we can do that at our workplace. So I try to emphasize those different things on my environmental tour I give every Friday at 4 o'clock. And to me, it's important to try to tell it in a way it makes sense from a social standpoint, from an economic standpoint, and it's good for the bottom line. It's good for the environment. We have several different flagships. We have our Riverwest Stein. That was my brother's original homebrew recipe.
Jim Klisch, and I am the brewery representative for Lakefront Brewery. When I was homebrewing, the beer I liked to duplicate the most was Anchor Steam from San Francisco, California. And that's one I just really liked. I like that balance. I like that caramel malt. I like the Cascade hops that you had in there. So every time I did a batch of homebrew, I tried to copy Anchor Steam. Well, that beer is a hybrid beer where they use a lager yeast but fermented at warmer temperatures. We were going to go in that direction, so I make this as a straight amber lager.
We also have a brandy barrel aged series. Wisconsin's great into brandy, so we have our cherry beer goes in brandy barrels. We have a Doppelbock in spring. We also have a pumpkin beer that's an imperial pumpkin beer that's aged in brandy barrels, and they are holiday spice, which is kind of the Tom and Jerry of beers for us. So we have that different series. We also were innovative and coming up with a one-off series called our My Turn series, where we allow an employee from here to brew whatever they want. I used to see these one-off series, different breweries done, and I always felt they had the same personality, always heavy in hops or lagers or something on this sort. And I figured, how do you change that up? And I figured, well, if you let every employee do what they want, you'd have a huge different variation of beer, and that's what's occurred. We have lighter styles, we've got heavier styles, brandy styles, smoke styles. They're all across the board, and everybody can choose whatever they like. It's been a big hit around town. Everybody kind of loves to see the different beers. There's a real person behind every beer. Everybody gets their own poster. Everybody gets their own party. And so we always have a fun time. Everybody comes out for these. It's like a wedding for them. All their friends and relatives come to their parties. Yeah, we have a little different tour situation here. When I first started doing tours, I thought the only reason people would want to take a tour was to learn about beer. So I gave a tour like I was a science teacher, telling people, well, this is how beer is done. Now my brother, not being technical, did not know that much about beer. So he just gave out beer first and told jokes during his tour, and everybody took his tour, nobody took mine.
We started out, we just saw what worked, the comedic aspect worked, and we throw in a little humor and a couple of beers, and people have a uncanny ability to find their own fun.
My name is Kyle Battle, Chief Party Officer here at Lakefront Brewery. So what we do differently about our tour, which sets us apart, is we try to run our tour like a informative stand-up show. And so when I get on my tour, I have a lot of energy, and I am not quite barking, but I am just throwing the jokes, but I'm also kind of, weaving in that brewery information, and we talk about history of Lakefront, where we get beer, and we go through a step-by-step process on how beer is made.
After that, we're going to transfer that solution over to the louder ton, or the louder ton if you hate falsetto singing, right? The louder ton works like a giant coffee filter. It separates out that sweet wort from those used grains.
We're trying to find that balance of that informative and that fun at the same time too, because at the end of the day too, we are a brewery and we want to make sure people are drinking responsibly. Our owner, Russ, likes to say, make sure you're drinking with all your senses, especially your common sense. So we kind of try to embody that vision here.
Hi, my name is Kristen Henneke. I'm the executive chef of Lakefront Brewery. When we started the kitchen here, it was really simple. The owner, Russ, he wanted pretzels, soft pretzels and cheese that paired with the beer, and suddenly he realized the customers want a lot more than that. And then from there, we just kept expanding the menu. It started with 5 or 6 things, and obviously our Big Friday fish fry. And then from there, it went to 10 things, then 20, and now we bring out a whole new menu every year. And we have 4 of them. You have to consider, let's give them Milwaukee. What can I make with beer, which is almost everything? And what's gonna work for our high volume? We have, at any given time, 60 orders coming in every 15 minutes. So it has to be something we can move fast. The beer hall will fill up all at once, and we have to be ready for it. So that's the major thing to take into account, but we really just want out-of-towners to get that taste of Milwaukee that we grew up with and we realize isn't offered everywhere. The most popular are those cheese curds. We do a fried cheese curd. We obviously make the beer batter here. We get the curds in fresh twice a week, anywhere from the minimum orders 400 pounds. We've gotten a ton, a literal ton in a week and went through it in a week. I'm sorry to everybody's hearts out there. The fish fry, Milwaukee's known for fish fries. We have voted by the city one of the best in town. So that's another big one. The pretzels you can't compete with either, because really what goes better with beer? Then our little flares of stuff, like our twist on a Reuben. So we put ham on it rather than the corned beef, and we call it a Breuben.
This is Party Officer Battle signing off. Thanks for coming to Lakefront Brewery. Catch you on the flip side.
Based out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and available in grocery stores across the Midwest, Pep's Draft House Pizzas combine newly handcrafted recipes, exceptional ingredients, and big taste. Each style of pizza is inspired by award-winning breweries and restaurants from across the country. We recommend the Taproom Double with double the sausage and double the pepperoni. Find it in your local Woodman's, Festival Foods, Pick and Save, Piggly Wiggly, and plenty of other grocers near you. Plus, you can now visit pepsoriginal.com to find a store near you. Pep's Draft House Pizza. Tap into that handmade, big flavor, and bigger topping pizza.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.